it's Aaronator here, and we got our 8th episode of our GM commentary with the Detroit Red Wings. In the last episode, we made a couple trades, and we also did our re-signings. And as you may have seen, Darren Helm did not resign with the team. By the way, make sure you go check out the last episode. So basically what happened was we had to trade away guys because we couldn't afford these guys like Helm. Now, here's the thing. The whole point of making those trades, and this is sort of a spoiler alert. I mean, I already told you, go check out the last episode, because if you didn't, this is sort of spoilers for you. We did trade Franzen, and we traded Kindle, so we were able to free up some cap space to sign Helm. But with all of our young guys coming up and wanting to play, I think the better idea would not be to sign him. I love his stats overall defensively. He's good poise, good discipline, great skater, obviously. He's overall a really good player, but the thing is, he is a second line. I mean, he could be a second line player, but more likely a third liner. He was a minus 11 last year and only had 20 points. And although that's, I mean, you don't expect that from a guy with only these kind of offensive stats. I mean, it's not that I don't like him. He wants 2 years at $3.25 million. So the thing is, I mean, it's just a bit much for a third liner when you could get something cheaper. So I looked at left wingers. I looked at interested left wingers, even though, I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they all want to sign anyways. But I think Steve Ott would be a perfect fit. Only 1 year, 1.6, 33 years old. He's considered a fourth liner, but he can play third liner if we need to. He'll get happy that way, at least. But if you look at this, defensive stats are great, including faceoffs 88. So he could play. We could move him to center and move Larkin to the left wing or something like that. But I mean, even just having him on that penalty kill and being a good force. The only thing I don't like is his discipline at 63. But you know what? Maybe that means we have a bit more of a, we have a grittier player finally. So it's good to know that we have that. He was only a minus 6 and 19 points. So I mean, he's pretty similar, which is nice. So hopefully, you know, he can have a spot in our team and be happy. So, you know what? I decided that would be better instead to get Steve Ott instead of Helm, because also with his age and he wants less years, and that's kind of what we're looking for, a good defensive player to replace Helm. So right now we can probably give him 1.8 to guarantee that he stays. 1.8, hopefully he's interested. So that should also accelerate it. Or the fact. There's a couple of things we need to be doing, including signing some more guys to the AHL. So let's look at what we need for our AHL. This year, we could also use maybe one more left wing to come and play on the team. So we may sign another left winger. But Mitch Callahan could also come up as another physical player. Or we could find another guy who can play. So we don't really have... So we might need another AHL center. We could use another AHL scorer, possibly. And we definitely could use 2 left wings or so in the AHL. Defenseman, we could use... I mean, we have Lashov, so he could play in the NHL. Or he could play in the AHL, I mean, as a scratch. We have a good amount of defensemen, 1, 2, 3, 4 with Sayarvi, which I would like to play. And that's pretty much it. And then there's a couple of these guys. So, you know what? Nimolainen, I'm going to sign and play him because I want him to get better. And I don't want his potential to go down. So, you know what? He is on the team. Goalies McBride. We could, again, sign another goalie to come in. But I believe there's, like, that extra goalie that's always there. So we can always call up Coro to the NHL if we need another NHL goalie. But I think we should be okay. So about 2 left wingers, a center, and a right wing for the AHL. I think that's pretty much it. No defensemen are needed. I was thinking about... I just saw Chris Russell was a bit down there, but he doesn't really want less for that kind of stuff. Even though he would go back up, we don't really need another defenseman anyway, so that's okay. Goalies, we have Anderson, who we're not going to sign, and there's not really any other guys that we need to sign. We could look at getting a backup, but that would be for after Howard is gone, but we should be okay. Is there any potential guys? I believe we looked at this in the last episode. Plotkanov. You know what? We can sign Plotkanov for the AHL because we need him as an NHL player. And I mean, if he becomes better, then I mean it doesn't hurt. So that would be a solid pick for us. Bork, left wing sniper. Thomas Nykop, power forward. Solid. You know what? I think this guy wouldn't be bad. As a power forward, that could be something we could look at. A guy to play in the AHL. We could move him to the left wing, which is what I'm thinking. We don't have to, of course, though. Josh Jacobs. We don't need any of these defenseman prospects. I mean, those guys aren't. But, I mean, Jacobs, 4 teams want him for a good reason. We don't need to get another defenseman at the moment. Anji Case, Jens Look, a couple guys here. Maybe Tenenby, but maybe a guy who's younger that has potential. Is there any playmakers? You know what? I guess not. Crowder, 19 years old, sniper, low top 9. You know what? Crowder, that could be solid in case he does get better. So you know what? We'll go with Crowder, left wing sniper. Maybe he can be an unexpected guy to come in. Let's look. Sundstrom, 76 overall. Solid stats all around, 20 years old. We could look at getting another offensive defenseman. VT Veno. I mean, there's a couple guys we could always look at. Livingston. Okay, so this is where it's going to get less players. But we can have one quick look. Clark Bishop, I believe his name is. Yes, he has solid face-offs. But that's okay. We don't quite need that. Nenanen, how's he? Grinder, do you know what? Grinder, that might not be bad. 23 years old. You know what? I'm going to leave that. We don't need him. Let's just go and get another guy who can play in the NHL. Or, sorry, the AHL. So Plotkinov could also play on our team if he gets a jump, or even if he doesn't. If we look at right wingers, let's see. Anybody solid? Polkinen was... Oh, yeah, he's an RFA. That would be hilarious if we sign him. Should we try that? You know what? We need a right wing. We do need a right wing. You know what? I'm going to go check this. Because this would be... I mean, it's sort of unfair, but you know what? That's just the thing. You can do that if it works out. If they don't have the availability to sign him. Takes 1.35 basically, because that's the highest you can go. So 1.35. It's not likely he'll sign like that. Let's see if we can get him for 1 year. He wants 2 years, but right now, you know what? I mean, it's possible. I'll do that. Just because, you know what, that would be interesting to see that happen. Pretty good steal of a trade then. Let's look. Arcabello would be solid. I like that. Because he can play center. But you know what, let's just skip on that. Let's look for someone who's not Tyler Kennedy. Sean Thornton. Tambellini. Two-way forward. I'm looking for a bit more of a scorer. Danny Cristo, maybe. Come on, let's find something that is something more, like Chris Terry in the AHL. He could be a solid guy to come up if we need him to. So you know what, we'll do that. Chris Terry, thank you. And a left winger. It's already a long episode. It's almost 10 minutes, but we will get to the season. We'll go a couple games, maybe. We'll see. But, yeah, that'll be it. I know I haven't been posting that much, but I will hopefully be getting back into that as well. Because I am done exams, which is really exciting. Dalpy, playmaker, you know what? Also can play center. Let's see. Is there anything else? Just looking. No, we just need a center now. Maybe a guy who's a bit better than Miele or whatever his name is. Bill Arnold, 78 for faceoffs. James Wright, I believe Arnold's a RFA? UFA? You know what? Let's go with Bill Arnold. Never know. We'll give him 1 year, 0.8. He can play probably the second line. We'll give Miele the first line because he's more of an offensive player to go with, what's his name? The other guy, Polkinen. Okay, so Polkinen has agreed. Now this would be really interesting. Is it possible that Washington will not continue with him? And we can see if we got also Steve Ott. And he has been matched. That's unfortunate, but you know what? That's okay. Chris Terry, Plekhanov, Ott has signed, so that's very nice. Nykop and the other guy, Crowder. There you go. So we don't need any more defensemen. We should be solid there. Player morale, there's one player meeting that needs to be talked to. Probably Steve Ott or Chris Terry. I hope to join this list of successful free agent signings. You won't regret signing me. High level. Need to prove it on the ice before the judge the foul you signing. You know what? I think you'll do great. Bring your A game. I find that doesn't always work. You know what? Just time was right. Okay. You know what? Number 2 usually works, but I just didn't want to get a negative, and I wasn't sure about any of the other ones. So that should be it. Frederick Anderson goes to the Panthers. Yandel goes to the Panthers. What the heck? Lucic goes to the Coyotes. Hoodler. Oh my gosh. Flippin' Oilers. Going after all the flippin' superstars they can flip and get their hands on. Because Hall wasn't enough. McDavid wasn't enough. So why not just throw in another top 6 forward who's in his prime? Yeah, that's just great. Watch them. They're going to be like last in the league for offense. With all those filthy forwards. Like, it's just insane. Okay, so apparently we need a goalie. So they signed a goalie for us. Well, they didn't sign one. He's probably that extra goalie that we apparently need. So there you go. Finishing. Boom. So let's go and get this ready. Sherbak, Sprong, Yan, Tkachuk. Okay, so there's a couple guys there that we can always trade for if we're struggling. But we do not need to make any trades. So let's go to edit lines, or no, roster moves, and then edit lines. So Zetterberg and Datsuk. Zetterberg went down to a 90, I believe it was a 92, and he did drop down to a 90. So always a trading option. I'd like to keep him because I think we're gonna be a playoff team anyways. So we'll have to see how that works out. Cronwall, all those guys, Nikos Tatar, they didn't get any jumps. That's kind of unfortunate, but you know what? They'll be solid for us. Shahan, Applicator, all those guys. We definitely have a lot of good players on this team. Our top 6 will be solid. Goalies. So let's start with goalies. Mrazek is now an 87. He's very happy in his position. He went down to a low starter, unfortunately. I don't know if that was in a previous episode. But that's kind of unfortunate. But you know what? I think we got to give him the chance here. So we can always split it up. Hey, look at that. Miller went to Vancouver. I guess we could have signed Miller, but unfortunately, Howard, that's not how it goes. You got a business. Corot looks like, oh wow, his potential went up. So maybe Corot, you never know, could be a starter and become that potential ninja goalie that we're always looking for. Unlikely. And unfortunately, McBride went down. So, I mean, maybe Corot's a better option than McBride, unfortunately. Defense. We got lots of defense in the NHL here. Marchenko, Lashoff. It looks like these guys will be playing in the AHL. And then we'll have to get some more guys. Ouellette is an 84. So that's very nice. It seems that Sproul is he's a offensive defenseman, but he is a depth defenseman. So that's an option that you guys are going to have to let me know about. I'll keep in the AHL for now because I think we can keep it in there for one more year because I don't want his potential to drop for not playing. But that's going to be up to you guys. Let me know what you think about who should play in the AHL. Should it be Russo, should it be Sproul, or should it be Marchenko or Lashoff? Let me know. Well, that will go up. And there you go. This way, he can possibly play with Lashoff or Russo, and then Lashoff play with Marchenko, and it'll be solid. I'd say Russo and Marchenko and Lashoff and Sproul for offensive, defensive, and two-way. Hopefully to make things a bit better. And then the forwards, will do it by wing. So right wing, there you go. Nice and solid. Get Anthony Mantha and Yurko, they'll probably play on a very offensive third line. Move Terry down in the system. Left wingers. So left wingers NHL. Plotkinov can play, and so can Callahan. So it looks like they're considering that Callahan's probably the better fit, more physical. He is considered the fourth liner, but you know what? I think I'd like to give the go to Plotkinov to play in the NHL. But you know what? You guys can let me know. Do you think Plotkinov should play, or should we give the guy who's considered the fourth liner the play? Maybe that would be the better option. Arnold could be our fourth line center, of course, but that's very unlikely. I don't think that he will be. Nykop, so there's our centers for the AHL. It'll be nice and solid core of centers down there. That's very nice. Holmstrom is up there. I wonder if his potential grew. Did it? Nope, it did not. Nozek did not grow potential-wise. Dadnov did not. Turgeon did unfortunately go down more. But we have a lot of centers this year, so maybe we shouldn't have signed those guys. But you know what? Lots of centers is a good thing. We can always move them to the wing. Athensio, his faceoffs are at 80, which is nice, but he's now an 84, and Larkin's an 83, which is unfortunate. This could be a problem with all these players, and we may need to make a trade. So, you know what? We'll put up Callahan for now, because they're in probably a better position to play. And if we look at this, all skaters, forwards. Here, let's sort it by overall. So we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so 14 there. It looks like we'll have to move down either Plotkinov or Callahan. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I do not know. You guys have to let me know. But for now, we will go to edit lines, and we will do the lines, obviously. We'll do best lines for now. AHL best lines. So we'll give Spruill the captaincy. So maybe we should keep Spruill down there and let him be the captain. Russo is alternate, and Joe Hicketts is an alternate captain. Interesting. So there's the first line. Nast this week, I agree that you should play, but we're going to try and move things around. So I'd like to put our top players on here. Crowder, his potential unfortunately went down. So we will move Terry to the left wing, and that'll look a bit nicer. Crowder, Arnold. This is interesting. You know what? We can do that. Bertuzzi, his potential's up there, so I'd like to play him. Preferably higher, but you know what? That should be okay. Grant. I like to have my lines a bit more evened up than this. There you go. Nozak, Relish. So we can play someone instead of Relish. Nykop. We'll give Bertuzzi back to his left wing position. Nykop can play maybe one-timers. Recklix or something like that. I don't know. Look at scratch players. We got to look at guys who we want to play. So the younger guys, definitely. Dadnov, Vahatalo, Turgeon, Svechnikov is able to play, so I think we should probably play Svechnikov, and I think you guys would agree that. So Svechnikov, high elite, that is very nice. You know what? We can play him on the left wing on the fourth line for now. That potential, even if it goes down, I wouldn't say that's not bad. So we can leave him there. Defense. Let's get these defensemen sorted out. So Marchenko, Rouge, yeah, this is much better. And Spruill is very nice to see there. If we look at this, so it looks like Nimalainen is actually in the AHL or in the juniors, which is nice. So we can play these guys the way that we need to, and not worry about Nimalainen. Goalies, Kuro, Weber. Let's get in our other backup. What the heck? I guess he's in the NHL for some reason. Or, oh yeah, I wasn't sure. So that's probably it. In the system, yeah, McBride's probably in the juniors. So, you know what? That's all good. That's very nice. If we go goalies, That's okay. I like to look at our penalty kill, not anything else, but our penalty kill, and it always gives it back to the bottom guys, which are okay. Usually the bottom guys I've seen not be very good, so I like to play the guys who are gonna do well on the penalty kill. If we look at this, centers, Nozak, Nikop, defensively he's very nice, so you know what, we'll try that. Gotta play the best players, but we'll leave Arnold to this. There you go. And we'll make sure that all these guys are doing well, like that. Put them on their sides. I don't know if that means anything for penalty kill. I'm okay with power play. Holmstrom, we'll give Holmstrom more of the wing. Power play, that'll be solid. That's a nice power play. If we look at Miele, is he solid at faceoffs? So we'll give that to this guy. There you go. And now there are more on one-timers, so we'll see. Nasta Sweet can be power play. That's okay. Crowder, there you go. That's all solid. So we'll leave the rest, and then we'll go NHL. It's a 22-minute video. I hope I chop some of this up. I guess not much. I'll just leave it at that for now. I'd probably want to put Applicator back here, but I mean, if whatever we think, we gotta make some decisions. I think Green needs to go down. Play him with De Kaiser or Eriksson. Go with that. Whatever you think. That will be very nice. Ouellette. We can change up. Let me know if where you think we should put Ouellette, because he is a top 6. So, but once he gets to a top 4, once one of these guys gets to top 4, I don't think Smith will be, but I think if Ouellette gets to a top 4 this year, even let me know what you think we should do with him. Let me know what you think we should do with our lines. Give me line combinations, guys. I really want to know what you guys think. And who should get the starts? Should we give it to a young guy, Murazek, 24 years old? He could definitely take over, but Howard, I mean, is still in his prime, and he did do well for us last year. So let me know what you guys think, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Anyways, always have to end off with that, I guess. And I will see you guys in the next episode.